Alright, in the previous video we did an example of volume. The same rules apply for area. Anytime that you have one of your units that appears in your dimensional analysis raised to a power, you have to raise your conversion ratio to the same power. So let's convert 3.2 times 10 to the negative 3 square inches to square meters. So we're going to start off with what we know, put it on the left. 3.2 times 10 to the negative 3 inches squared. And I don't think I mentioned this before. It's so important to keep your units by everything, because especially when we go into stoichiometry, it's going to come up all the time. And to eliminate confusion, it's best to have your units there. So now I want to get rid of that, so I'm going to put it on the bottom. I'm going to get inches squared, and I could go directly to centimeters squared from that. Now, normally it's just 2.54, but since the units are squared, we have to square this. And now I could go from centimeters to meters, so centimeters squared down here to meters squared. Normally we would just write 10 to the negative 2 right here, but since we're squaring this, of course, we have to square that as well. And that should be it. Let's check. We have square inches and square inches, square centimeters and square centimeters, square meters, and that's where we wanted to end up, was square meters. So we're going to remember to make good use of parentheses with this. With this one you don't need to, but you might as well, because it's 2 extra keystrokes and then you know you're good. So, okay. So here we go. We're going to go 3.2 e negative 3, because that's 3.2 times 10 to the negative third, multiply by parentheses 2.54 end parentheses caret 2, divide by 1, which I didn't put in there. 1 squared, 1 squared. I got lazy, sorry. Divide by 1, and then we multiply by parentheses 10 caret negative 2 in parentheses, and we're going to raise that to the second, and then we divide by 1 squared, which we don't need to do because we know that equals 1. And our calculator says it's 2.06 4512 times 10 to the negative 6, and our units are meters squared. Okay, now let's look at significant figures. That was exact. This is exact because it's defined to be exact. And so we're limited to what we started off with, which was 2 significant figures. So this is limited to 2 significant figures. So that's the first and that's the second, so it's going to be chopped off there. We're going to get 2.1, because I'm going to round up, times 10 to the negative 6th meters squared. And that's our final answer.